Alright, so coming out of the garage and I'm going to be running some errands today. So it's mostly stuff for the Monte and then obviously go get some groceries. But buddy hit me up this morning. He hit me up a while ago. Said he wanted to do a color on the valve covers. So he's like, I could either take these off or with the 6.0 back there, I had the extra set. So got those off, sprayed them off a little bit. He'll end up sandblasting them and then powder coating them. So he said he wanted to try this color out. I was like, let's do it. You kind of know the color scheme of the car. So he said he thinks it'll work real nice. So I'll be dropping those off to him today along with the trim for the quarter windows. So I'll do that and then I'll stop by the store and I'll see if they have the trunk liner fabric, and then you take a couple measurements and either look for some plywood or MDF board and get that. So try to start working on a template, get everything situated in the trunk area, get that cleaned up, then start working on the interior some more. So yeah, gonna be dropping off the valve covers, the window trim, and then looking for the trunk liner material. So oh, and I should probably check the mail later or on the way back because the parking light and the headlight adjustment springs should be in. So yeah, if those come in, I'll get those thrown on and we'll go from there. Alright, so I didn't have to check the mail. It got dropped off to the doorstep. So the new parking lights are on. Already mounted these, just 2 screws on top, 1 on the bottom. You gotta put them in from the inside. And I thought they are directional, so left hand and right hand. And I thought it was when you're looking at the car. But I looked at the front nose and see it's angled a little bit on the outside. So the angles goes towards the outside. So left hand and right hand are if you're in the car looking out. So left hand would be driver, right hand would be passenger. So those are on. And I did get the headlight adjusters with the springs in there. So there's a huge difference. I just put this bracket on with the spring. There's no wobble like without it. So we're all good to go. And I did drop off the valve covers at my buddy's house. So I said he was itching to powder coat something, so I dropped those off. I should probably be done in a week or so. He's the same one that's done all the powder coating on any of the cars, like the door handles and locks on the Elko. Did the headlight brackets while right here. So we saw them before, they were all rusty and pitted up and just they didn't look too good. So instead of spray painting them, dropped them off of him. He sandblasted them, powder coated them. I think I have another buddy, he's getting his rear brake mounts powder coated and everything. So if you need something powder coated, small items, get you in touch with him. He doesn't do any social media, but I could definitely get you in contact with him. We'll see what the valve covers look like when they come back, and if I like the color, which I probably will, I might do some other stuff, you know, some other stuff. But let me get back to it. Let me finish installing all the springs and get these bezels put back on. But yeah, it's pretty easy. The springs are a little. Oh, let me get one out. Not too hard. Like I said, I didn't take any of them off, so I wouldn't know how they went back on. But this back piece back here just latches on to the housing back here, and then the front hook just hooks onto the bezel right up here. Get your adjustment screws put back on, and then eventually, once it's back on, all four are on the ground, I'll adjust the headlights. But for now, just eyeball it and get them somewhat straight. So when we finish installing these, probably get the nose back on, and then I'll go over what I'm thinking for the trunk after looking at it a little bit more and cleaning it out. So got you guys back on here in a little bit. So the bumper's back on, lights are on. It's only one problem. I think the bumper needs to come up a little bit, but it lines up with the fenders for the most part. But there's a gap in the parking lights. So this will have to come up at least half an inch or something. I wonder if the bumper's just warped. But yeah, that's no bueno. But I'll worry about that another day. Like I said, it's pretty much lined up. So needs a little bit of tweaking on this side, but it was pretty good. Don't want to close this. I can't find the spring for the hood, so I don't want to close all the way and not be able to open it back up. But yeah, let's go to the trunk and we'll go over what's the plans for that here in a little bit. Got a little bit of it's Mike in the background. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna order a carpet kit. Well, not a carpet kit, but I'm order some trunk fabric liner and probably just spray adhesive it, you know, wipe down the kill mat with wax and grease remover, and spray adhesive, and then lay all the trunk fabric along the bottom and along the sides, and then I'm gonna build a, I guess they call it a false floor. So mention that with these terminals, it sticks up probably about an inch from here. This section's a little bit higher with this hump and everything, so I have to figure out something there. But I think just get about an inch spacer, and I've already made a few marks about an inch around. So get like it's just paint sticks, but they're an inch thick, so like inch spacers, and put it all throughout the bottom. Use some wood screws, and I was looking at MDF board or like half-inch plywood. I think it's half-inch, yeah. So I'll probably do that, and then get some cardboard template, cut it out along the trunk, just for that inch height. So I'm not gonna come all the way up to this shelf right here. So just keep it low. So it will be two different levels. I'm gonna start with building the floor, and depending on how that goes, I'll consider building an actual enclosure or not. So with these wires, I probably could have ran them a little bit differently, but when I get to that section, I'll just notch the plywood out a little bit and have it going around. And if I do build a back piece to cover this shelf area, those would be hidden back behind it anyway, so not gonna have to worry about that. I have the little metal piece that goes in here. Probably end up cutting a notch or two in there and running these wires through it, so you won't see any of them. And then after I build that false floor, I'll recover that in more of the trunk liner fabric. So I'll put it over the kill mat, build the false floor, and then I'll cover that also, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I have planned for it. Just have a little bit of kill mat. I think a few pieces, so I'll either probably just toss them back along here. I think that side's for the most part. That should be fine. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. So right now, I think I have a few cardboard boxes laying around. Probably won't be in this video, it'll be its own video. But just giving you guys the idea of what I'm gonna do back here. And then I was measuring back here. And like I said, I'm not too worried about a whole bunch of subs and whatnot, but I think 110, even in a shallow box, would be fine back here. So that'll be up on the shelf. And then, like I said, I might build the enclosure, I might not, but I will at least carpet the whole thing, clean it up. I did throw the back seat back in just for now to see if it clear all these wires and whatnot, but about to get some new hog rings and reattach the top piece, and then probably re-dye the seats. But it does look good all black in there with just the white, so I'm happy with it. Had this, it's all fiberglassed up, so it's stronger than it was with the big crack here and the crack here. Still not perfectly flat, but eventually I'll probably cut out these grills and put some wire mesh in there on both sides. Same thing with this center area, and we'll just go from there. But yeah, that's just a little quick update of what I'm working on. I think the carpet kit, that probably run me about 50-60 bucks, and then the wood itself, that'll probably be another 40. So look at about $100 project, which isn't too bad. And then so I think 40 for, might have been around 30, and then I was pricing some side pieces like 1/4-inch plywood, so that's probably what it'll be, 1/2 inch on the bottom. And then if I do the enclosure, it'll probably be 1/4-inch, and I'll probably find a way to, I think a lot of people use Velcro or magnets or something, so I have this right here, I can use that for it. And bend this little tab back up straight and use something there to keep those sides in place, along with some other blocks of wood behind the back section, and if I do the front section also. But I've been watching a bunch of videos on it, reading a whole bunch of forums on Google and whatnot about ideas on how to build them and how to put them together. The only thing I'm concerned about is when it comes to the battery area, I don't want to have the full floor, so that way if I do have to get to the battery or something, probably put a hinge or its own little section here that I can just pop out and swap out the battery, or get to it, charge it, or do anything if I need to disconnect it or whatever. So I'll probably have some type of access panel here. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. It's looking pretty good. Just have to adjust a bunch of the body lines. Like I said, adjust the hood, these fenders. I wonder if the actual fenders need to come up. They'll lift the nose up to get it to line up with these, because that's not even close. Same thing, yeah, because there's a bigger gap here, and then I think you should have access to the adjustment screws, so the fenders might need to come up to lift the nose up. Yeah, so I'll get to it one of these days, get everything lined up, and let me open up the garage door to get some light in here. Show you guys how that front spoiler came out and the fender extensions. So not perfect. I think I rushed a little bit. Still need to get the tabs for it, or the fasteners. I think I had a couple laying around, but not enough. I have to get the fasteners, drill a hole in this one to get that one to line up. But I like how the color came out. Nice, I think, semi-gloss black on that. But yeah, definitely Definitely looks different. But yeah, I guess if the fenders do come up, that'll line up with the hood. I'll push the nose up. So yeah, I think we're good. I just need to adjust it a lot a bit. And then eventually drill some hood latches in there and we'll be good. But for now, that's enough of me rambling. I'm gonna call it a day.